You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey, Days of Our Lives fans. So Brady Black got quite the shock this last week when he learned Marlena Evans kept a devastating secret from him about his daughter. So Brady is reeling and he's furious at Marlena, and their family has been ripped apart. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and we're going to talk about how bad things are about to get between Brady and Marlena now that Rachel's in Bayview and Brady knows Marlena has been lying to his face for quite a while. We got a lot to discuss, so please hit that subscribe. All right, so we know for a very long time, pretty much his entire life, Brady has been very close to his stepmom, Marlena, and their love for John Black was one of many family ties that they had in common that made their relationship so strong. But now Brady is disgusted with Marlena and he moved out. Seems like he is at a breaking point and he couldn't take any more. We all know that Brady's life has already been crazy this year. You know, his son Tate thought he got Sophia Choi pregnant, and then it turned out Aaron Greene was the father. And, you know, Tate was devastated, thinking he wasn't going to meet his baby, and then found out it wasn't even his baby, which was a secondary shock. So Brady's been there throughout Tate's year-long ordeal, and it took a toll on both of them. And Brady's had his hands very full this year with his daughter, Rachel. She is so much like her mom, Kristen DiMera, rotten to the core and ruthless when it comes to getting what she wants. Like Kristen, Rachel never stops. She successfully chased away every woman Brady dated, hoping against hope that he and Kristen would reconcile. And when it got really bad, Brady and Kristen put Rachel in therapy after she helped kidnap Ava Vitale. Sadly, the therapist hasn't made much progress with Rachel. And remember, there was that open CPS file on her because of just all the mischief and troublemaking that she's in. And then more recently, this troubled kid found an old article about Sarah and the big Mackenzie-Rachel baby swap. And Rachel learned that Sarah had kidnapped her. Plus, Rachel also found out online that Sarah had a pistachio allergy. So after Rachel saw Brady and Sarah hug, she decided to do a bad thing. Rachel plopped some pistachio ice cream into Sarah's sundae at the pub, knowing that the doc was deathly allergic and that Rachel's stunt could kill her. But before Sarah started to eat the ice cream, Rachel was asking about the kidnapping, and she found out she had a very bad read on Sarah and that she actually really loves her. So Rachel tried to stop her, but it was too late. Thankfully, Sarah survived, but let's face it, that kid is a scary little psycho. And at that point, Rachel was already so much scarier than Brady even knew, because Marlena, Kristen, and EJ were sitting on the biggest secret. When Sarah started wheezing as the nuts had brought on that anaphylactic shock, that's what triggered Rachel's memory, and she recalled shooting her uncle EJ. And then at the hospital, Rachel confessed the staggering truth to Brady that, yeah, she shot EJ and it wasn't Kristen. So Brady ran and told his sister Belle all the stuff his kiddo did, including the shooting, and she was just as shocked about Rachel. So they talked about how they needed to spare Marlena the stress and not tell her about Rachel because Marlena just had that pacemaker surgery. But then she figured out that Brady and Belle were hiding something. And then Brady got the biggest shock because Marlena admitted she's known for a while that Rachel shot EJ and that Kristen took the fall to protect their daughter. So Marlena felt justified because she thought it was best for Rachel's memories to return organically. But Brady doesn't see keeping the secret from him as the best thing. He understands the whole Rachel memory thing, but not them lying to him. He now understands that Kristen was protecting Rachel, and he may regret advocating for Kristen to get the maximum sentence when she wasn't guilty. But in the end, I think what Brady feels most of all is betrayed by Marlena, who is essentially his mom. I mean, EJ lying to Brady, that's expected. That's on brand. But Marlena and Kristen are a whole other matter, you know? And now Rachel's in Bayview, and Brady feels like maybe he could have stopped it from getting this far if somebody had just looped him in. Rachel has no idea right now that her dad, Brady, is furious with her grandma, Marlena. In fact, Rachel doesn't even know that Marlena already knew she shot EJ. So to say that Brady is mad is an understatement. And Marlena told Leo that she realizes she royally messed up. And to top it all off, Brady decided to pack up and move out of Marlena's townhouse ASAP. So when Brady told his AA sponsor, Maggie Kyriakis, about the whole situation, she told Brady, come over here, come stay at the Kyriakis mansion. You know, Brady is Victor's grandson after all, and it is the family home. So when Marlena comes home from the hospital, her house is going to be pretty empty except for her and Belle. No Brady, no Rachel, and no Tate since he lives in the dorms at Salem University. Of course, he's about to flunk out, but then he'll probably be over at Maggie's mansion as well. As it stands, it may take something big to get Brady to forgive Marlena. We know that Rachel is going to stay in Bayview for an extended period, and we could see her teaming up with Psycho Sophia. There's no telling what they would do in that case. They could escape, kidnap little T from Johnny and Chanel. You know, you'd like to think Rachel would stay put and get the help she needs, but that's not really in her nature. So right now, Brady already blames Marlena for Rachel being in the mental ward. And the longer she's there, the more Brady may snap at Marlena. The really sad thing is that Brady and Marlena had the closest stepmother-son relationship for his entire life, pretty much. You know, she helped raise Brady after his mom, Isabella, died of cancer when he was just a baby. And now with John gone, you know, Marlena's already feeling alone. And now she has lost Rachel and Brady. I don't think Tate will necessarily turn his back on her, but he will probably stick closer to Brady and Rachel. And of course, Belle would do anything for her mom, and Julie and Maggie and Marlena's friends will be there for her as well, and Leo. But given her medical issues and her ongoing grief, having Brady so enraged at her could be really, really hard on Marlena. Somebody surprising might swoop in and smooth things over between Brady and Marlena, though. Once Kristen's out of the crypt and exonerated for EJ's shooting, I think she could diffuse the tension and the animosity between Brady and Marlena. If you recall, it was Kristen who begged Marlena and EJ not to tell anybody that Rachel pulled the trigger and shot EJ. Kristen was very insistent, specifically that she didn't want Brady to know. She didn't want him to look at Rachel any differently. And since Kristen sacrificed her freedom to protect Rachel, maybe Brady will listen to her and get past his anger and see that nobody was trying to hurt him. They were trying to protect Rachel. They were honestly trying to protect Brady too. So hopefully he won't stay mad at Marlena for too long. But for right now, their family has been ripped apart. And I just hope her heart doesn't wind up completely broken. And we all know John Black would not want this estrangement between Brady and Marlena. So maybe the Black family gets a Christmas miracle of love and healing.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.